Hello everybody and welcome to another Mystery Box Function Challenge. In that purple mystery box there is some math and your challenge is to figure out what that math is. Use the link in the description to try this out, and when you've got an idea, come on back and see if we get the same thing. All right, let's start with a 0. Okay, so 0 is not a number. When we get not a number, oftentimes it's because we're trying to take the square root of a negative. So I'm thinking square root right off the bat. Let's continue with this. So let's put in a 1. Still not a number. Let's try a 2. Oh, and 2 gives us 2. Let me go back in the negative direction. If this really is a square root function, then maybe there's a subtraction of like 2 or something underneath the radical sign. And that's why 0 and 1 won't work. Will negative 1 work? No. Let's try something pretty far out there, negative 8. No. Okay. So let's continue on in the other direction then. Let's pick it up with a 3. Aha. Okay. 3 gives us 3 exactly. Interesting. And a 4. And that gives us 3.4142. The 0.4142 looks really familiar. 1.4142, that's the square root of 2. And I think we're seeing the shape of a square root function. In fact, it looks like this is probably 0. Because between 0 and 1 in the square root function, at least when there's not a multiplier, it goes up 1 over 1, because the square root of 1 is 1 and the square root of 0 is 0. So you get 0, 0, and 1, 1. So it's like we've got 0, 0, and 1, 1 here. And then this next one would be square root of 2, and it looks like we're getting that, except we're moved over. We're moved over 2 this way, so plus 2 there, and we're moved up 2 that way. So I think with this information, we can write a function. Let's try that. So f of x equals, there's no multiplier, but we do have it moved over to the right, so in the positive direction. What that means is you subtract, whoops, that's x minus 2 under there, and then it's up 2 off the x-axis, so we're going to add 2 on the outside. So minus 2 on the inside of the radical sign and a plus 2 on the outside. Let's actually try to predict a point here, and we'll make it a point that's easy for us. I'm going to put in a 6. So if we do the square root of 6 minus 2 plus 2, well, 6 minus 2 is 4. That's why I use that number. And the square root of 4 is 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4. So if we put in a 6, we should get 4 out if this is right. So put in a 6. And we do get a 4. Okay, I think we've got this. I am going to go ahead and reveal. Come on. There it is. So this is the square root of x minus 2 plus 2. And we can graph that as well. And there it is, your typical square root shape, that sort of slowly tapering line off into the positive x territory. This time, instead of starting at the origin, though, it starts 2 to the right and 2 up. Well, how did that go? Were you thinking square root function? Let me know. Thanks, everybody.